Good afternoon. All right, let me do this. I didn't know this big old title that came on. Hold on. Let me rename this. I thought I had a title. Hi. All right, I think I got it. Hi. Okay, make sure I'm on. Alrighty. I have to change the title. It was so long. People are like, what is she talking about? Alrighty. Okay. So, the phone had the delayed response, and I didn't know I was looking that crazy as I was writing. But good afternoon. I am just going to share this in some spaces, and we're going to get right to it. I guess with the exclamation point to make it sound like I'm mad. I'm not mad, you know. So, but anyway, we'll talk about it. And I'm trying to. Oh my. You know what I'm going to have? I'm going to just go ahead and claim it that I am going to be so happy one day when I just have all of this set up and I'm just going to come in and just bam, just go live because I don't want to push buttons. I don't want to share. I don't want to do none of this anymore. My baby girl is at choir tryouts. She usually will be with me. But we're going to get to it. Okay. And I can't even, I don't know why I can't share this. See, we're going to get it. Hold on. I hope everyone is doing well today. As y'all bear with me while I share this thing. Hey, Rebecca, Leandra. Um, so, would you all please share, tag some women? I'm going to, we'll dive a little bit into this. And then I'm trying to figure out how do I share it to my Over a Cup page? So, if you're going to be watching the replay, Over a Cup is a networking group. Uh, I started January 2018 for Black women entrepreneurs. You can follow Over a Cup. It's its own Facebook page, and I'm actually trying to share this to that page, and I don't know how. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I guess I'm just have to copy the link, right? Okay. But yeah, hey, hey, mentor, hey, Star. Why do I call you Star? I don't even call you Star. Miss Ebony. I don't know how to do this, so I'm going to go out of here and just post this link to Overcup. Okay, I do ask that as you come in, if you would share the video. If you are working, you're not supposed to be on Facebook right now. You can just tag some people, share it in your messenger, all that good stuff. I appreciate it. I really do. And I'm going to post this video and we're going to get right to it. Uh, and maybe going to do it. I'm trying to post on Overcup. And speaking of Overcup, uh, we do have our meeting this Saturday at 9 a.m. I think I'm gonna give a Zoom access. I'm really trying to transition us back to meeting because I think Zoom has us spoiled. Uh, but stay on the lookout. If you follow Over a Cup page, then you'll be able to see if we're going to be meeting in person or Zoom Saturday. I'm really trying to figure that out myself. I think I shared it. Okay. Thank y'all so much for um, just bearing with me as I'm trying to get this together. And I'm going to grab my notes. Okay. So, from the topic, let me just preface this conversation with not everything. So, over a cup, we do have a private messenger group for active participants of over a cup, meaning the women that consistently come to the meetings, and so it's our shared space, and we continually share resources and have great conversations, and I share with them of my frustration a little bit with the post that I saw. And so it prompted me to post about the work of consultants. And really, the post was about, why do you pay for information that you could find for free? And I get it. I assure you that I am YouTube University and Google College, and I have a PhD uh, in both of them, probably because I recognize that all of the resources that I want to have, I can't invest in. And so some of my influencers and business consultants that I really like, I will go and absorb their free content, and I will Google some things until I am ready to make the necessary investment into their programs, to which I do believe add value. Well, I was seeing this post that's been going around, and I'm not trying to nitpick or anything, but it was labeling about how you can look up some free resources about starting your business and getting grants and things like that. So, as a nonprofit in uh, diving into small business consulting, it was kind of like basically it was like people want you to pay this money for you to have access to this free information. Well, I did respond, not to anyone directly, but I shared my personal page that Google can give you information, but consultants provide you the tools and the systems to understand what you're finding, to understand that information. Because what can happen is that we can be in information overload. You can acquire all of the information, but you need someone that can help you process it, put a plan to action, and then help you execute on it. That's what consultants do. That's what I do, and that's what I do well. But we're going to back up and talk about the subject at hand. And the topic I have is disrespecting the prices of business owners. So let me start this conversation with these questions. And if you're watching, please say hi. Also, if you would share with some other women, business owners, share with anyone that you think will find this conversation relevant. And also, I would love to get your commentary and feedback in the comments as well. And, let me just hear what you have. Let me respectfully hear what you have to say. The respectfully part. All right. So let me ask you this. Have you ever went to Target and put your own sales sticker on their items? If you've done that, let me know. If you've ever went and took your own price sticker and your little ticker and you printed it out and put your own prices um, at Target. If you've done that, again, let me know. Second question, have you ever went to get your car washed and you selected the higher tier service, but you paid the basic wash price for the higher tier service? Have you ever done that? Have you ever went there and says, I'm going to get the wash number 3, but I'm going to pay only $7 for it? Let me know if you've done that as well. Um, Evening. Let me ask you another question. So, have you ever had any success with calling your cell phone provider and telling them you are only going to pay $200 in full for your new cell phone? Your new iPhone that you have, your new Android, Team Android here. Don't y'all get disrespectful, okay? Team Android here. But have you ever called them and they've told you already that even if you pay it in installments, that this phone is going to be $800, $1,300? But have you ever told them, no, I'm only going to pay $200 for it? If you have, please let me know. I really would like to know if you ever, any of those questions, you ever put your own sticker prices at Target, if you've ever selected the higher tier car wash but only paid for the lowest basic wash, or have you called and told AT&T that you're only paying this amount of money for the phone and they better take it or leave it? If you have, let me know. Okay? But I'm already going to answer that for you. I'm going to say no. Why am I going to say no? I don't think you have, because you don't have direct access to the decision makers. You don't have direct access to any one of those people that established those price points. But what you do have access to, oftentimes you disrespect. It's amazing of the number of conversations that I've even had, and we were sharing in the group, that other business owners have from people that, because they have direct access to the decision maker, to the entrepreneur, to the startup, to the founder, that's when those conversations of their price points and how they deliver their services come into play. But I don't see anyone calling Tarjay's and management and arguing with them. No one standing up at Starbucks line for that $7 coffee, having conversations. Why? Because you don't have access to the person, people that founded the company and who's running the operations. But what happens is that we start to get disrespectful. And what I mean disrespectful in the capacity of you're not honoring the systems that's been established and that's been put in place by the business owner that you know. Not saying that you're like being mean and all that stuff, meaning that there's a system set up and you are determined to usurp that system for your own needs, because and only because you have direct access. And what begins to happen, and why people that you know and business owners and entrepreneurs that you know, why people cannot get to the places they need to go in their communities or amongst their family, is because you keep disrespecting their price points. You believe that because you know them and because you can have these conversations, that somehow that warrants for you then to have input on a business that you have not even that you haven't even started, that you haven't contributed to, and that you haven't devoted blood, sweat, and tears to running it, to operating it, to you know scaling it. And here's the thing: oftentimes the disrespect comes in the form of you wanting their service for your benefit. You want the service to fully benefit you, but only contribute and pay partial price for. Full benefits, partial price. You want them to have and lower what you do, but you're going to maximize it to its fullest to your benefit. And let's not talk about, well, let's talk about it. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. So, my business as a consultant, and it's Kara's Group, for those of you who don't know and if you're watching, and I work with nonprofits and small business entrepreneurs, and early startup, truly early startup business entrepreneurs. And I work with them in the aspect of strategy, grant writing support, leadership development training. I can help you take your idea, literally your idea that you have, and by the time that we end up speaking and I am consulting, advising you on the next steps, you will have a plan of action. I help you solve problems. I help you break up the confusion and get you to a point of clarity. It's it's my gift. And it's okay for my gift for me to make profit with the gift that I have to serve in my business. Well, let's talk about it. Because I am helping this, because I help in these areas, people will come to me as if I don't have 5 children, as if I don't have other people to pay, you know, as if this internet that I'm on now, it's free, right, for their business, and they call me on their phone, a service that they're paying full prices for. We're meeting with the internet that they're paying full price for it. I don't think they're negotiating with Suddenlink, you know, it is, or whatever their service provider. But somehow, as a consultant, I do get questions of I need to reframe my prices because you're needing to start your nonprofit, you're needing to start your business. And here's the thing, especially with business owners, I get it all the time. I need you to help me find grants. And, well, can I pay you this? And you want me to discount my services as a consultant so you can take what I'm going to give you and which will be valuable and you will be able to utilize, implement, and execute to get you to your next level success. And guess what? You're not discounting your prices. I've had people to ask me, like, they want to start a product line and, shampoos and all of this. And, like, can I help them find grants? And I'm just waiting, like, okay, I'm hearing you. Like, I don't have a lot of money. And I get that. Trust me. Trust me. I'm just waiting, like, am I going to get some? Can I sample the products? Right? But no, that's not the conversation. And we disrespect the business owners that we know only again because we have the access. And here is the thing, most of the people that you talk to who are business owners and entrepreneurs more than likely are also community leaders and influencers. So this is not to be braggadocious or anything, but I have 5 children. That's community service enough. 5. But I'll continue that I am youth leader at my church, that I'm in a sorority. Um, I sit on the Nelton Education Foundation board. I started Over a Cup, which I shared with you earlier, which is the only networking group for Black women entrepreneurs in Northeast Arkansas. And we meet consistently every fourth Saturday. I'm just like, I can go on as well. I'm not hurting for service and to help people. So when you go to people and other business leaders that really are probably in the same aspect, you're going to them as if they will do you wrong if they don't renegotiate their price points. They're a business. And again, going back to the questions that I shared, at the beginning of this live, are you going to Target and having your own price sticker and putting your own prices to them? Are you going to AT&T or Verizon or your cell phone provider and telling them, say, hey, I'm going to give you $100 and you're going to give me the newest iPhone? You're not doing that because you don't have direct access. And we have to have a respect for what other people do, because here's the thing, you will get the respect that you give. And if you are a starting business owner or a starting founder and you want people to have full respect and pay you fully for your services or your products, then I'm telling you, please respect the price points and how people do their business when you go to them. I do get it that you do want to do a whole lot of things starting up. I recognize that there are barriers when it comes down to access to capital, especially for women and especially for minorities. I get all of that, which is why I started Over a Cup. But here's the thing, you don't want the free, some of you, I'm not gonna say you, some people, you don't want the free services of saying that is offered by joining Over a Cup and by aligning with us and having the conversations. But you do want people to take out your time, and I'm talking about now in the consultant realm, to take out their time to give you their best solutions for your profitability. And there is no, you don't connect the value they're receiving with, like, let me pay for that. That's the same thing you're going to offer. You're going to offer value with your product and your services. And do you want to keep having the conversations? And that's to my business owners and future business owners. But let me just tell you, to the family members and to the friends of people that you know that have businesses, give them the space to bless you. Give them the space and the decision to help you. Because I assure you, as a kingdom entrepreneur, meaning that I know that I listen, not only do I follow the systems and business protocols as well, not perfectly, for my business, I do pray and listen to Holy Spirit and operate with kingdom integrity to ensure that I provide my best for my clients. And if I am led to do something and say, hey, you know what? This is for a reduced fee, or I'm led to just bless you with this service, or I'm led. You know how many free consultations I do give, especially with women that's in Over a Cup, because there's an exchange. They contribute to Over a Cup, and they support me in different areas. They do have access to me and say, hey, I have an idea, because there is an exchange. And I know what people are saying. Well, sometimes, you help people that cannot return it back to you. I get that. And I am led to do that when I am led to do it. But until you're walking into Chick-fil-A and having those conversations, we must stop disrespecting the prices and business models of people that we know, because it's advantageous for you because of where you're at. We're all building. If you could sit down and have a conversation, which I would encourage you to do, whether you're starting a business or not, do you even know the investment and the tears that shed and the things that you do and the sacrifices that have to be made? Do you know the emotional turmoil? And then, too, do you know how much time I sit and invest hours sometimes just to perfect the knowledge base that I have when it comes to nonprofit capacity and supporting small businesses for your benefit? I continually, not only with my education of receiving a master's degree, but I do continual education all of the time, trying to ensure that I'm engulfed in the latest trends for the benefit of not to be the expert, but to be the solution bearer for my clients. There's a continual investment. And what you pay for is all of those years of the investing and of the research and of the education and of the skill set and of the workshops I've attended, all to package that for you in a service. Whether that's for an hour, whether that's for me to do ongoing consulting with you, all of that you will receive. And I assure you, they're not saying that I'm a perfect consultant, but many of my clients, I assure you, the 9 out of 10 clients will tell you that when I consult with you, I give you my all. But I'm sure that's with the owner that's making her own body butter and perfumes. I'm sure that's with the people that's having their own bakery shops. They're trying to figure out their crafts and how to make their cupcakes, more flavorful. All of us do extra investing. And while you may think it's a simple product, or it's 1 hour, it's 2 hours, or it's a workshop and it costs that much money, honey, you are getting all of that. Okay, let me stop and breathe. Um, yeah. And I think these are conversations that more of these conversations are needed. My business consultant often, shares. And so let me give you an example of disrespecting, you know, or not disrespecting. My business consultant right now, for one event and to show up to get her blueprint for moving your business to the next level, I assure you that you're not paying less than $3,500 to see her in person. You're not paying less than that. I have never asked her, can she give me a discount? I YouTube University her every time she has a live I'm on. Every time she releases a blog, I'm reading it. Every time she goes live in Clubhouse, I'm there until I am ready. And the thing about it is, when you want to do something, that's another thing. You will find the ways to do it. That's just the truth, if we can be honest. And so, what I'm saying, my readiness, it hasn't aligned with my financial commitment right now to invest into her program. But I am going to do it one day. Do I believe? And let me say this, I've invested in her lower ticket prices, right? I've invested like $200 and $500 into her programs. My next goal is to invest in this $3,500 weekend. Child, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. And so I've invested in small things. Any workshop that she has, it's like $40 and $97 or $200. Like I said, I'm there. I'm there. I'm just not quite there yet for the $3,500. I'm making my point this year. This year, I'm going to invest and I'll be there. But again, I am not. And she comments on my post. She follows me and she says, I'm ready when you're ready. And I told her, I'm coming. And I've never asked her and said, well, if you lower this by $3,000, Lord, she can say that one day to me. But I'm not going to ask her because I know the value that she has. I know what she brings to the market space. And I know that what she has is crucial information and she's done all the necessary work. And I'm not going to disrespect her prices and her business model. So I'm encouraging you. If you know people and you tell them that their shirts are too high, it's not that it's too high. Just say if it's out of your price range, if it's not in your budget, or if you just don't see the value in paying for that. Okay, everyone has their own clientele and audience that they reach. It's why some people will go to McDonald's every day, and some people will go and sit. I'm using Jonesboro because I'm in Jonesboro, Arkansas, analogies, and sit and go to Omar's every day, right? Two different spaces. And there are people who do both. I know people who literally do not cook and will go to these Omar's because they're at this season in their life, and they can go out to eat every day at these space at these high quality restaurants here in Jonesboro. And then there are people that go because their price point, where they're at, preference, whatever have you, to McDonald's. Okay, whatever's your flavor and your finance. But Omar's doesn't have to come down off their prices because of where you're at. You will do what you need to do when you're ready to invest in what you believe will provide transformation and solutions to the problem that you have. Whether you're a consumer and you feel like you need that shirt, you need that consulting and wisdom, you need that hairstyle, you need that new you need the new hat, whatever it is, you're going to find a way to invest when you are ready for it. And it's not the problem or issue of the business owner to reconcile their prices and their services to fit your budget. It's just not. And we have to free ourselves of that mentality. But again, we're only doing that to people that we know. You're only doing that to people that you know because you know the decision makers, you know the owners. And it's not right. It just is what it is. It's not right. And so we just have to, mindsets have to be changed on all paradigms. If you want something of value, or if you feel like it's overpriced, move on. But don't have a conversation with them, especially if you're going to say this, and I'm going to wrap this up. Especially if you're going to say their prices, they're overpriced, but, and it's not worth it. But if they lower their prices, then it's worth it for you to commit to their programs. Child, make it make sense. You know that it's the item or it's the service and it's the product that you need. And then it's only a value when it aligns with your budget. No, you need to take whatever it is that you need, then you go find the solution in the business that can fit. But it's no one's at fault. So going back to, because again I saw that post about people, paying consultants and stuff with, they have an hourly fee of what they can do. You let me know the next time you can go to your doctor if you all have private insurance and you go to your doctor and you just want them to provide a service for you. They're helping you, right? But you let me know if you don't get a bill or have to pay a copay for private insurance. Let me know how that works. They're helping you, right? They're solving a problem. But you place value on that. You feel like my physical health is necessary and important. Of course it is. But also, is this transformation in your area with your business? Is that important too? To seek wisdom, to seek advice from people who literally specializes in clarity and helping you have, get a focus and systems to streamline your thoughts and to help you scale and grow in areas. Everyone has their priority list. So I hope you have can at least take into this some consideration of how easy and to me how unnecessary it is and how wrong it is if you disrespect the prices of business owners that you know and that you have access to. People will know when they need to give to you. People will know when they see it as an investment into what you are doing. People will know that. I would talk to a team any day about a business idea. Any day. I see that as an investment, you know, but I get to decide that. And even as an adult, I get to decide, right? And that's all I'm just sharing. Allow people the discretion to decide and to do as they're led. And then to know that it's everything is value. How many times have you probably went to McDonald's and child, it's a whole different experience going from McDonald's to Chick-fil-A. It just is what it is. You know, when I become famous and all of you are watching this video back, we know how Chick-fil-A has specialized in being an excellent provider of service interaction. McDonald's has, made a mark of fast delivery. Customer service is not their priority. It's pace and execution, right? Okay, they have their business models and they do what they do. We have to, you figure out your flavor, you know, and then go with it. But please, I'm asking you though, neither one of them spaces, you're doing price control. Neither one of those spaces, you can have influence unless they do a survey or something like that. And you can tell them to change their prices and stuff. And neither one of those spaces, you can do that. So, y'all, stop doing that to people that you know that started a business, you know? So, okay, I don't want to just ramble. So I'm going to end this. All right. I'm making sure that I hit all of my points. Thank you all so much for watching and engaging. I appreciate it. Again, this Saturday is our Over a Cup meeting. It's for Black women entrepreneurs. If you want to be in a space and you're starting up and you do have limited financial resources and you know that you need to be in a space to where you can be supported and get ideas as you are building, then Over a Cup is that space. Over a Cup is where I go. I promise you, I'm not the expert of the group because all of these women, they're amazing and each of them have their own expertise. I literally started Over a Cup to fill a void of me going to Central Arkansas and wanted to get information. And so I decided just to create a space. There was no space here, whether, and I'm with the chamber and all that, but there was no space even among these professional groups that catered and that dedicated itself to Black women entrepreneurship. And so that's what Overcup is. And I'm encouraging you, if you're watching, to join us this Saturday. Again, follow the page because I know it's Wednesday. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna decide if I want to just do. I want us to get back to in person. We met last month in person. Some of the members want to go to Zoom, but it's a greater dynamic when we meet in person for sure. But we're gonna be talking about web presence and how to ensure we have the right buzzwords and keywords on our web pages and social media presence to get more clicks and to drive more traction to our websites. Again, those are workshops that people will pay money for. Okay, it's going to be right here. I'm going to post it and then y'all can share it for sure. Oh, we'll see about it. I think it's going to be a hybrid. It's going to be a hybrid for the meeting. But invite someone Invite someone over a cup page or on my personal Facebook page. I'll have it shared by tonight. What it is, I'll get Taylor to post that. But I do hope you've enjoyed the conversation, and I'm asking that you please share this conversation as well. And if you are in that space, you're building a business, you're building a nonprofit, you want to start, you're trying to figure out why, that's what consulting is. Consulting provides you the clarity, because a lot of people, you just can't sit and just talk your ideas out. And then time is valuable. And I assure you that I specialize in the declutter of your thoughts. That's what I do. I help you get from point A to point B. I know my space in the marketplace as a consultant. I literally can help you get to the next right step. And if you want to connect with me, you can email charisgrants@gmail.com. KHARISGRANTS. You know what? I can do one better. Let me do this. Let me put, if I have it, I'm going to put my calendar link if I have it. I don't think I do. I'll drop it in the comments. I thought I had my calendar link. I already copied to my clipboard, but I guess I have. Oh, I do. Okay. Alrighty. So there's that. I put my calendar link down. Let's set an appointment. Let's meet. Let's talk. Let's talk strategy, and I may be the consultant for you, or I could just lead you to the next place. You know, if I am not the person that you need in the space in your next level of growth, and that's fine too. Everything is about alignment. Alrighty, thank you so much again, and I hope to see if any Black women entrepreneurs on the call on this Saturday at 9 a.m. And if you're a man that jumped in, you're not invited. I love you, but you're not invited. All right, you all have an amazing Wednesday, and I will see you next time.